Let's bring in Larry Elder, former 2024 presidential candidate, can join us now. Good morning, Larry. Great to have you on the show.
Well, appreciate you having me. Thank you.
So I want to ask you about this moment that happened on social media over the last 12 hours, and that's Donald Trump going after Vivek Ramaswamy. Trump posted on Truth Social, Vivek started his campaign as a great supporter, the best president in generations, he's called Donald Trump. Unfortunately, now all he does is disguise his support in the form of deceitful campaign tricks, very sly. But a vote for Vivek is a vote for the other side. Don't get duped by this. Vote for Trump. Don't waste your vote. Vivek is not MAGA, and the Biden indictments against his political opponent will never be allowed in this country. They are already beginning to fall MAGA. Now, Vivek responded, by the way, Larry, and he sort of took the high road and said, look, I'm not going to get in a fight with Donald Trump. Here's what I want to ask you. What do you think, in your estimation, predicated this attack by Donald Trump on Vivek Ramaswamy? I think we have a couple things to consider. Let's start with the polls really quickly that Lawrence just mentioned. Pete had a segment yesterday that's gone somewhat viral. Elon Musk has talked about it. Vivek has talked about it. And there's this idea out there that the polls aren't accurate because they're not asking about all of the candidates. So if you say you support Vivek, they go, well, we want to know who you support among the other three. So my first scenario is, Larry, do you think that Vivek could actually be polling higher, and so Trump is going to go after him because he's actually not just 8%?
Well, can I throw you a curve real quickly and just take a moment to talk about the discussion you guys were having a moment ago about the gentleman who gave Ron DeSantis that participation trophy?
Right.
As somebody who's run for office in California for governor, run for president, I can tell you it is hard. It is grueling. You get about 4 hours of sleep. Your financial life, your personal life put on hold, your personal life subject to scrutiny. If you're a Republican, it's going to be scrutinized unfairly. You have to be on top of a range of issues. You have to either give a print interview, a radio interview, a TV interview, or a fundraiser, or the most unpleasant part of it all, Will, asking people for money. It is not easy. Regarding Ron DeSantis, while I'm a Trump guy, I respect him a great deal. This is a combat military vet who served in a war zone, and in my opinion, did not deserve that kind of disrespect. I bet you anything that that gentleman who said that has never run for dog catcher, let alone volunteered for our military. So I think it was very unfair. Regarding your question, my suspicion is this. Vivek has around 6% or so in the polls. Donald Trump wants to get above 50%. And Vivek's closing argument is, well, I'm Donald Trump, except I have fresh legs. So if you're buying that, that means that some percentage of people who like Donald Trump will vote for Vivek because he's younger. That's what Donald Trump was going after.
Right.
I think he wants to shave a few points off the 6% so that Donald Trump gets over 50% so that the media will not say he underperformed. That's why I think he did it. Regarding Vivek, I've got a quick Vivek story if I can share it with you. The first debate stage, as you know, I did not make it for reasons I thought were unfair by the RNC. But I stayed in the race. On the eve of the second debate, Vivek pulls me to the side and says, Larry, if you don't make the second debate, will you endorse me? I said, I can't promise that, but I will promise this. I will consider it if you get up there and say, Larry Elder could not be here. One of his big issues is the epidemic of fatherlessness. He said, I'll say that. The second debate came. He said, one of the problems in America is the epidemic of fatherlessness. Did not mention the Larry Elder part. So that's my Vivek story, and I can understand why Donald Trump thinks of him as slick and kind of deceitful and kind of insincere. Although, again, no hard feelings. All these guys, with the exception of Chris Christie, would be better than Joe Biden.
Well, maybe I just want to share this to illustrate your point. This could also be what predicated Donald Trump's attack on Vivek. There's a picture going around where Vivek took a picture with a bunch of guys, and it says "Save Trump," and it sort of puts Vivek in the position. Now, I don't think Vivek didn't coordinate those guys, but he took a picture with those guys, and it sort of puts Vivek in the position of the savior, and that might have not been something that Trump liked. But I actually think your answer is right. In the end, he just wants all the votes. Wants to get above 50%, and it's one man gets to win. One man gets to win, and so everyone else is your opponent. Larry, great to hear from you this morning. Thanks for the conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.